Hello, everybody. This is Cindy and Tina, the Queens of Cruising. We have a special guest, our favorite mayor of Funville, Mr. Drew Santiago. Woohoo! Welcome, Drew.
Hi, everybody. Um, Thanks for the invite. Great to be here. I mean, I might be the mayor of Funville right now, but there's a gentleman in the audience here that could probably talk more ship about Carnival right now because he's on board a Carnival ship than me. But happy to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Thanks.
Let's see what
Well,
we
we'll
got.
let you talk about whatever you want, Carnival.
Just quickly looking at the chat, and I see Sarah said, "Hi, Drew. Just got off the Horizon Saturday. Horizon's a cool ship. Horizon is for me." I was saying before we started recording here, I started with Princess in '98, right? So ships were different back then. And then in 2006 is when I went over to Carnival after working on board ships for Princess. Started in the office. I was entry level, then worked my way up. But in 2006, the ships that Carnival had still had kind of if you've been around the industry for a while, it still had that Joe Farkas, who was the old ship designer. We called it Farkitecture, which is like, it was kind of out there, really out there. So it was, a little overdone, a little gaudy, a little bit of downtown Las Vegas look to it, which worked back in the 80s and early 90s. But as the 2000s came on and we brought we faded out Farkas. He finally retired. And then we went into the new classes of ships, starting with Dream class ships. That's when you started to see the decor change, the variety and dining, the entertainment, the innovation started to roll out. And then it was Vista class, going back to what Sarah said, she just got off Horizon. Vista class is where I went, ooh, this is really cool what we're doing. When we started introducing specialty accommodations, we started introducing a ton of casual dining options. By that time, we already had a partnership with Guy Fieri, so you had those burgers, which Scott,
Are
you eat
amazing.
burgers, right? Scott, I'm sure you've had about 2 dozen burgers at least on board the Mardi Gras. So
I love Guy Fieri's burgers,
see,
100%. I'm there. That's actually where I work remotely, my full-time job, and that's usually where I sit to kind of work and have the side burger on the side. So it works
I was
out
gonna
good.
say if you're at Guy's Burger right now, I'd have been like, "How about that?" But that's what I'm talking about. So in 2000, that was 2016 when the Vista. Sorry, 2009 was Dream Class. Then 2006 Vista Class came out, and then now we've got another new class. And what I thought I would do today is let me kind of walk you through. I have some slides I can show you. I always have slides open up on a screen here, but then I have Go CCL going on over here, and I'll walk you through some sales opportunities, what's hot, what people are talking about, what you need to know with the brand, the new era of fun ships as I was addressing there in that little opening. And then let me walk over here to Go CCL and I'll show you some of the new training options that we have. We just added some new stuff for you to get carnivalized with, and then show you a couple of other little tricks and tips that might help you in your day to day using our travel agent portal called Go CCL. But I got about, I don't know, have maybe a dozen or so slides on this other screen here. Let me open up this, share my screen. I haven't done it full screen yet, so very unprofessional of me, but I'll make it full screen in just a second here. Share with audio. I think I got a video or two. Let's make that full screen. Dink. Now we're full screen. Boom.
Hey,
Um,
Drew, before
yeah.
we go into the future,
Okay, let's
the
do
the
it.
paradise
I'm
which
going full
goes
screen
out of
again.
the the paradise that goes out of Tampa, does
Yeah.
it still kind of have that old look?
Paradise and Elation were built in '98, actually. And there's parts of that ship that I would still say have quite a bit of architecture. If you do the
Okay.
research on who the ship designer was with Carnival originally from the very first
Yeah.
ships that were built, his name was Joe Farkas. Brilliant. But I think he might have had a little bit too much time in Woodstock or something because some of the decor is like, whoa. And on Paradise and on Elation, you'll see pieces of that. Casino, piano bar. It's it's kind of out there.
my family is based out of Naples, Florida, so Tampa's a really quick run. So I think we may end up doing some cruises on it. So
People that go on those fantasy class ships love them. I mean, they're 30 years old almost essentially. So their days are probably numbered, but I think there's a few more years that will happen with those ships.
Mhm.
Simply because you can't fit the new larger ships out of
Under the
Tampa
skyway.
because of the bridge.
Right.
So we're either going to have to get smaller ships from some of the other sister companies or figure out a way to bring on new smaller ships that are not so tall. So we'll figure that out. But if you go on that ship, you'll find the charm. It'll still have some of the uh, architecture with new Carnival flair to it. So it's a good question. All right, back
Cool.
to the future of fun. Let's
The
unlock
future.
fun. And let's see, where was I? Oh, this one. We want to do the full screen and we want to do audio. Bink, bink. There we go. That's me, by the way, in theory, because I wouldn't say I'm old or mature. I'll say I'm seasoned. So I'm not, I'm more than a BDM. I've been around the Carnival brand for so long. I'm a director of business development, so a BDD, but you can just call me a BDM. I've become that mayor of Funville because I like to add a little bit of fun into everything I do. A little harder with virtual, but I'll throw a little bit of fun flair with some videos here to get you guys caught up to speed with Carnival. But that QR code will take you to my Facebook page. If you're not following me on Facebook, scan that QR code. Would love for you to follow the journey. Next month, I'm doing a seminar at sea on one of our new ships called Carnival Jubilee. So I'll be putting some fun stuff up there for what, sorry to say, you guys are missing because my seminars at sea are pretty fun. We're going to really get the travel advisors involved in the onboard programming and the experience, along with do some sales training. So I'm going to Celebration Key as well next month on another event. So there's always something that I'm putting up on my social media that you can share or kind of get a grasp about what the brand is all about. And that's why I love to connect with you all through the social channels. So it's Carnival Drew or scan the QR code there. Carnival Drew's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. It's on the major platforms. That's where you'll find me. Now, moving on to, come on, there it goes. Wait a minute. I thought I had, oh no, I took it out of here. I had intro music from the last time I did this, but we've had enough of an intro here. We're already 10 minutes in. I wanted to kind of set the stage for who Carnival is. Many of you have been on Carnival. Some of you might not have been, or your clients might not have been. And sometimes perception is incorrect of the brand because we've been around 50 years and sometimes you see some hogwash on the internet that isn't really tell the true story of the brand. So I like to just throw out a few, sentences on who the brand is and how you can position the brand when you're talking to your clients. I love to use this line. I love to use this sentence essentially because fun isn't one size fits all. And that's Carnival. Like it's as unique as every traveler that steps on board. Whether you're relaxing under the sun, which I'm sure Scott's doing or has been doing, and has a drink in his hand, whether you're dancing the night away, whether you're exploring new destinations. I mean, you started in the Med and now you're going transatlantic over to Celebration Key, which I'm going to show you a video on. You could be exploring the Caribbean. You could be exploring Alaska. We have cruises to Australia. So those exotic new destinations are something that makes this experience unique. Laughing with family at sea. I mean, all these elements are what I mean by fun isn't one size fits all. And we just don't sell cruises. We deliver those unforgettable experiences. They're filled with joy, they're filled with connection, they're filled with adventure. Now, more than ever, the world needs more fun. I think that's a fair statement. And that's exactly what you'll find on a Carnival cruise. That's exactly what we do best. So let's move forward to what I was mentioning before, talking about how Sarah said she just got off Horizon. And I said, I love that class of a ship. I love our new era of fun ships. In particular, this is now, well, it's right up there with my Vista class. There's elements of Vista class. The Vista class are Vista, Horizon, and Panorama. And then now XL class are Mardi Gras, Celebration, and Jubilee. two more coming out, which I've got some slides on. So both of them have some unique features, but this XL class is a game changer. It's been absolutely brilliant, and our guest feedback has been through the charts. They're a little bit different than the other classes. This is what I've been really referring to as the new era of fun ships, because the venues are divided up into 6 different themed zones. This class of ships also has those premium accommodations. There's standard accommodations just like any ship that's out there, but the new era of fun ships have those premium accommodations that maybe those clients that are a bit more seasoned or like a little bit of an elevated cruise experience want to dive into. And these XL class suites that you'll find on the XL class ships have an exclusive pool deck, and as an exclusive pool area that's called Loft 19. That's the photo there on the lower left. There's a new entertainment atrium called Center Stage, and this provides that focal point for both day and evening events and shows. So that's the image on the lower right. And then I guess this is kind of this could be an eye opener for some of you. I'm sure some of you know this, but
Yeah.
our chief culinary officer, Carnival Cruise Line's chief culinary officer, is Emeril Lagasse. He's not just a
Lagasse is
celebrity
the
chef.
Carnival
Say that again?
chief culinary officer.
It's okay,
Oh,
Drew. Keep going.
I thought
It's
it was a
okay.
question. Sorry. How dare you?
I
How dare you
know.
not mute yourself? I'm just kidding. Carnival's chief culinary officer is Emeril Lagasse, and he's not just a celebrity that we're paying for commercials. This guy is boots on the ground. He works with the executive chefs across the fleet and even has his own restaurant on the XL class ships. And that's the image in the middle there. So Emeril Lagasse's got a bistro that's on these newer ships. But that caliber of Emeril Lagasse's cuisine, the guy's reputation essentially is behind our brand. And he's not going to put that out there for average cruise cuisine, right? So I want you to feel confident that this new era of fun ships, as I've been calling it, is a variety of dining, it's entertainment, it's accommodations. It's going to take your client to the next level. And I'm so thrilled to now be approaching 20 years on the Carnival side of my career over the last 27 years, because we're bringing out 2 more of those XL class ships. There's a Carnival Festival, which is launching in the middle of 27, and that's gonna leave out of Port Canaveral, and that'll offer 7-day Caribbean sailings. There'll be a variety of different types of itineraries. When the Festival arrives in Port Canaveral, the Mardi Gras, which is what Scott's currently on, was our first XL class ship. Mardi Gras is going to offer short cruises, so 4 and 5-day cruises with this XL new era of fun ship experience. So you'll have the option to sell both short and long duration new class of Carnival ships to your clients. And then beyond 2027, there's a 5th XL class ship coming out. That's called Tropical. So the Carnival Tropical will be sailing from, I don't know. We haven't announced where Tropical is launching from or what the home port will be or when the ship's going to be released. So I would imagine next year at some point we'll start diving a little bit more into the marketing behind Tropical, but right now the focus is going to be Festival, as that ship is open for business. I've got a slide on that one showing you all the ships that are open through 28 right now, which is just mind-boggling to think about. So that's the Carnival ships as far as the overall look and feel for the ships. And I think I forgot there was a slide I wanted to include in this, and I didn't get a chance to put it in there. There's some new features that are coming out on the Festival and the Tropical. We're taking the deck 16, 17, and 18, which I'm sure Scott knows very, very well, being on Mardi Gras right now. The deck 16, 17, and 18, which is currently the ultimate playground, where we've got the first ever roller coaster at sea called Bolt, and mini golf course, waterworks, water park. We've got a ropes course, mini golf course. It's all the outdoor activities for all ages up there. Excuse me. We're converting that to the most family-friendly water park at sea called Carnival Waterworks Ultra. And the whole area is going to be rebranded Sensation Point, where there's now going to be 6 exhilarating slides, 4 of them new to Carnival. Raft slides, there's going to be an adventure treehouse experience, newly designed mini golf course, ropes course just as before. But there'll be more of a multi-gen experience because there's going to be a bar area, there's going to be this outdoor aft sunset experience for the parents that might be hanging out watching the kids enjoy themselves in the waterworks. And the great thing that we're doing with this new waterworks is we're having evening extended hours. So this water park's going to be open into the evening, offering families more options to bring the multi-gen experience outside on board our ship. So it's not just a lounge and another show. It's going to be indoor, outdoor experiences on the next 2 ships of the XL class. So that's pretty cool, I think. Now, destinations, things that you're going to hear and see a lot more about with Carnival, our Paradise Collection. So this is something that it's not new in the industry. You're seeing all sorts of companies now creating exclusive destinations, but what we've branded our exclusive destinations is the Paradise Collection by Carnival. So these unique and exclusive destinations are only found on Carnival ships. And they're sailing from 10 different home ports across the south and all the way up through the eastern seaboard there. So variety from both the eastern and western Caribbean cruises for you all to kind of dive into. Relax Away at Half Moon Cay, that is essentially going to open up in 2026. So in the latter part of 2026, you're going to have new villas, new dining outlets, new experiences, including a pier for these new larger ships like XL class to pull right alongside and allow your clients to walk into pristine paradise. Relax Away at Half Moon Cay is more of a chill vibe. It's more of a really untouched private beach destination. It's one already because right now it's just Half Moon Cay and it's a water shuttle or a tender that needs to take you over there. We're going to enhance that experience and rebrand it Relax Away to Half Moon Cay. And it's been in operation for over 20 years now, and consecutively for the last 20 years has won Best Private Island by Porthole Magazine. So we're just going to elevate that even further. Then Isla Tropical is going to be on the Western Caribbean side. That's where you're going to find the walk off the ship straight into a cruise center type of experience with a pool, cabanas, and a lively vibe. But then there's a ski chairlift that'll whisk you over to a mile-long, beautiful stretch of beach that's all within walking distance. You don't have to take the ski lift. It's just a fun little novelty that will take you to a Western Caribbean exclusive destination for Carnival. And then, of course, the one you've probably been hearing about. This is been an absolute game changer for not only Carnival, but for the cruise industry, I think, as a whole. For me personally, when I started on the Carnival cruise line side, so when I left from Princess Ships in 2005, I think it was around there, then went over to Carnival in 2006. I remember our original president, Bob Dickinson, who he's retired now, and the lady that works at that other line that is something of the seas who hired me, she was also on stage, and we were talking about a private destination just for Carnival guests on Grand Bahama Island. It was my first sales meeting, I'll never forget it. And many of the people who are not even with Carnival anymore, that are retired or have just decided to move somewhere else, talked about this experience that we were going to create. And 20 years later, we now have this open exclusive destination that we call Celebration Key. It opened in July of this year. This has been an investment so far of nearly $1 billion. And what I'm going to show you is phase 1 of Celebration Key. This image that's on the screen, that's 65 acres, and that's 25% of what this is going to become. This, when I saw it in July, and I was only there for a few hours, that's why I'm going back on my own dime in November. Follow me on Facebook. I just have to go back there and try this out. I've got to get to every single nook and cranny of this destination, which, if I could describe it in one word, massive. This photo that has 2 ships in is nearly 10,000 guests off of the ship, and there's no lines. There's still lounge chairs. It is built to scale, and we're going to be able to add a second pier with 2 more ships that can dock at the same time and continue to expand new innovations onto this destination. But it's huge. It really is going to be a game changer, and it still is a game changer
Awesome.
for Carnival. Here's a fun fact for you about this. I don't remember if I have this on another slide. I'm going to tell you the fun fact after I show you a video. So check this out. And there's some questions or some things in the chat here. I'll get to those in just a second. Let me get to this video and show you now how your clients can unlock their paradise at Celebration Key. Check this out. Yes, love that, because Celebration Key and what you're seeing here with this photo is looking out from this is the adult friendly side, looking across toward the Sun Castle, which is 10 stories tall, the largest sand castle in the world. Just in front of that is, you can barely see it from this image, but there's a swings bar, which is the longest swings bar in the world. And then we actually have the largest swim up bar in the world here at this lagoon. So there's the adult friendly lagoon, which is the largest freshwater lagoon in the world. There's a lot of largest in the worlds here at this Celebration Key. So this is all freshwater on the lagoon side, and then of course the beach side, of course, is saltwater. So you've got the largest freshwater lagoon for the adult friendly side, the family friendly side, also freshwater. And then you saw in that video there was something called Pearl Cove Beach Club, and that is a beach club that is an adult only section. So that would be a charge to get into the beach club, but it's for adult only. And that is for those guests that want to elevate their experience, right? So there's plenty of complimentary options on Celebration Key, from lunch to the lounge chairs to just walking through the beach. But then there are some elevated experiences, so cabanas or water beds, or to go down the slide unlimited. It's a small charge, but it is a charge. It's $15, and you can use it all day. So there are some add-ons to elevate your day at Celebration Key, but you can walk off the ship, which takes 10 minutes from where the ships dock, to walk along the pier to get to this experience, where we're going to have a fun squad there to kind of guide you to where you would like to unlock your paradise. There's trams and accessibility for those that might not be able to walk or confined to a wheelchair. So we've got all angles covered at Celebration Key. And there's 20 different ships right now sailing from 10 different U.S. home ports, with over, I got to update that slide because we just added more. It's over 1,700 itineraries right now that are open through April of 28. There's everything from 3-day cruises, which is what I'm going to be on for that little quick jaunt to Celebration Key. 3-day cruises that'll just take you one sea day, and then you're at Celebration Key for the day, and then you come right back to either Miami or Port Canaveral. But then there's things like what Scott's on, 15-day transatlantic sailings, when we move ships from dry dock, of when they're getting a renovation or going to a dry dock. We're going to stop at Celebration Key. So there's all sorts of itineraries to choose from that are currently open. And this was the slide I wanted to kind of highlight. That did I get everything there? Yes, I do have everything there. So right now, pretty much everything's open through April of 28. I think I missed a few out of Miami, but there's only so much we got 29 ships. I couldn't fit them all on one slide here. Alaska 27, the summer of Alaska 27 is open. All the itineraries from Long Beach are open. So 4 ships out of Long Beach right now. There's also 4 ships out of Miami. I just haven't gotten them all in there. Everything essentially is open right now because it's never too soon to start planning your clients' vacation. Because with Carnival, the further out they book, the better the rate and availability will be, especially if you're working with groups. It's like kind of like Southwest, right? I do a lot of Southwest, just traveling to different parts of my territory to meet with people. And if I book a Southwest airline flight, let's say 3 weeks before I got to go somewhere, it costs me a whole lot more than if I would have booked it 6 months or 9 months out. So same with cruising, at least with Carnival. As the demand increases, the price point's going to go up. Festivals open from Port Canaveral, and as I mentioned, there's April of 28 is where the availability is open to right now, and that's because the demand is so stinking high. Like we're booked, like 2026 is almost full. People are looking into 2027 and 2028 because one thing that you'll find on a Carnival ship is our guests love to choose fun together. You find more multiple cabins booked on a Carnival ship than any of the other sister brands within our corporation. Carnival Corporation is Carnival Cruise Line, our flag. I'm the flagship brand, and I only work for Carnival. But Princess Cruises and Holland America and Cunard and the Yachts of Seabourn, Costa Cruise Line. I mean, these are all brands that are under the Carnival Corporation umbrella. And of all those brands, the brand that has the most multiple cabins booked through the same travel advisor is our brand, Carnival, because people like to have fun together on our ships. And that's how you can earn more selling Carnival. Asking that question. Do your clients have any friends or family that would want to join them on this cruise? If so, let's call them. How can I contact them? Give me their email address and I'll get them the same deal that I've gotten you. This deal here, which is why we've only got a few more days on it, and I'm sure we'll bring it back. We're always kind of doing short-term sales to hype up the next one that we're going to bring out. But this one's been the most popular one that I've seen us do in a long time because we're doing these bundle and save programs where there's a bit of a premium added onto these rate codes because we're giving you an onboard credit, or your clients, we're giving your clients an onboard credit of $500 that once they deposit, they can take that $500 onboard credit and apply it toward select onboard experiences. So, Drew, what the fun is a select onboard experience? It's shore excursions, it's Wi-Fi, it's Cheers program, spa, specialty dining. So, essentially, by booking these fare codes, you're getting commission in theory on some of those onboard experiences that you normally wouldn't get on other fare codes. And the client's going, wow, this is a great value because things that I would normally do on a cruise that weren't included, like the adult beverage package or the shore excursions or the specialty dining, they can go and say, wow, this is more of a truly inclusive experience if they want to, and book into these bundle and save programs, which have been very, very, very popular. But then there's, of course, the other fare codes that are out there. I mean, there's for you all, there's travel agent reduced rates that are called interline rates. Those rates will be much lower than this because there's not that upgrade your fun element where there's onboard experiences that you can use the onboard credit toward. So you got to know the difference between the promotions. You got to understand the terms and conditions behind it. But this one right here, I think is has been a hot ticket. And with that, that's first part that I wanted to kind of share with you all. Let me just stop sharing and go to this chat and see if there's any questions because I see 7 chats here. Hi everybody. I see.
Oh, we're just chatting away in there.
Oh, wish they would port there longer. Oh wait, I went too far down. Wait, let me start from the top. Sorry, let's start with Dr. Horizon. Sarah says, oh, she likes this. You like the sensation, like the old sensation? Wow, I know, bless her heart, sensation. She's been recycled. She's now part of someone's car somewhere. Yes, I've already Atlantic. Scott, you're already on the festival? Goodness, I'm not surprised actually. I can see, look, when I grow up, I want to be Scott. We all want to be Scott. Okay. Love Half Moon. Sarah loves Half Moon. Wait, you're at Celebration Key tomorrow? Oh, that's Scott. Never mind. Of course, we knew that. Captain said hurricane shall not be
Yes.
in our way. Oh, that's right. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a big hurricane in the way, so everyone was kind of like, we may not be going to Celebration Key, but Captain came on this morning and said we'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be that far north near you at that point. You might actually have beautiful weather, to be honest. I believe Jamaica's getting it bad right now, and then Cuba should be next, and then it's going to kind of skirt toward the more southern Bahamian islands. The last thing I saw, I got to check the news out when I get off of here. So that's good news to hear, Scott, because Celebration Key's cool. Wish they would port there longer. Definitely need more time. That could happen in the future. We're there right now. The general times, for example, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. is, the standard time frame. There are some ships that arrive there later just based off of where they're leaving from. For example, if you leave from New York or Baltimore, you might get into Celebration Key in the afternoon, and then some of the calls stay into the evening. So you might have a call that goes into 8 or 9 p.m. So I would love to see us eventually, keep in mind this is a work in progress. I would love to see us do night calls there, but that could be something, Sarah, that's in the future. They don't tell me anything because I'll just get on a webinar like this and tell you all. So there's no secrets that they share with us field salespeople. General Carnival question. Am I able to make wait, what's that? A flyer about the current promo. Ooh, okay. That's a perfect, this is great timing. Alice, thank you for that question. Because I want to show you guys the Go CCL tips and tricks. And I can start with this one, Alice. So let me go to Go CCL. So let me share. I think I've got that open somewhere, don't I? Yes, I do right here. I'm going to share my screen again. Thanks for hanging out with me on that little PowerPoint segment. Let me share now. Where is Go CCL Navigator? Share here. Okay. Cindy or Tina, let me know if you're seeing Go CCL.
Yep,
Okay,
you're
perfect.
good.
So I'm signed in as me. So you won't see Archer Evo like exclusive offers or anything like that. This is my training website. The only time I can sign in as one of y'all is when I sign in as Reggie, which I forgot to do. And then I just mess around on Reggie's sign on. So if I screw up, I just blame it on him. But right now this is just me, so you guys can see the the look and feel for it. And I think many of you guys know this already. But Alice has that question of how do you make a flyer about the current promo? Well, the first thing I would suggest doing is, our promos are so fluid, but we always update them right here on the homepage of GoCCL. So if you scroll down past the ship navigator, which is really cool, so you can basically scroll through every single ship of Carnival and get facts on it and deck plans and all the details about it. Below that is this promo section. And the promo section has all the latest promos that are happening right now. There's the bundle and save promotion. So when I click the more details section or more details button, let's see if that's working. Yes, it is. It's gonna make me sign in again. I haven't signed in a while. Just one moment, please. Should take me back there now. Here we go. So now you've got a high level of what the rate is. If you want to get real detailed about the terms and conditions, you can see it's a 50% reduced deposit. You can see that not only can that onboard credit be used toward the onboard experiences, but when you book these onboard experiences before the sailing, you get 25% off of those. So that's kind of a nice deal. But right here is what I wanted to point out. These are where we have pre-approved by marketing banners that you can use. Now, some of these are not the exact size of, let's say, an 8.5 by 11 flyer, but you can customize it, right? You can put it on a page and add your own call to action on it. But this one here is one that you use for Facebook as an example, right? So this one here is the Facebook square style. It's taking forever to load, sorry. There it is. So you could essentially, I like that we made this very spooky with the Halloween flair. So essentially, when you go to the promos on the homepage of GoCCL, there are marketing collateral that you can right click, save it, and then presto, you just put it wherever you want on your desktop and then post it to your platform or create a flyer from it.
Drew, can I touch on this one real quick?
Absolutely, jump on in. I talk too
Can
much. Go ahead.
you can you put like can we put our logo on with your flyer? So use this. Can I put my logo for my business attached to that, or no? How does that
Yes,
work?
you can. So for example,
Okay.
let's say you took if you took this square, I don't know if it'll work. I was going to open up PicMonkey or like Canva, do something like that. But yeah, you could essentially take this, but do not alter any of this. Like the Carnival logo can never be altered. But if you wanted to, let's say, add your call to action,
Or
like,
my watermark
can
on
you
it, and it
see?
would be
Yeah,
okay.
can you see where I don't know if you see my
Yep.
mouse moving. Let's say you wanted to add your
Absolutely.
call to action right there. Go for it. You just can't
Okay.
mess with our logo and our branding.
Right. Okay. I know that I believe it was Alice that was asking in our group chat somewhere else, and I thought it may not even have been her, asked about their logo. So I wanted to make sure that that was something that we could um do as well. So
Yeah,
I'll
it
show
would
thank
you
you.
where you can find more images and even the logos for Carnival, where if you wanted to get real custom, and I've seen travel advisors do this on Canva and just with Adobe, like if they're savvy enough to get really custom, because that's what works in the social media world is organic content, like stuff that's not stock from corporate. Like if you have original content on social media, it's going to get a better algorithm. And I'll show you where to get approved images, the Carnival logos, and then you can go to town with your call to action on Canva or create it from scratch. But let me just get to Scott's question here real quick, and then I'll show you guys where to find that here. That I'm going to go back to GoCCL. Scott says, is there a place that shows the classes of ship? I know Excel. I'm wondering. Ooh, we used to have that. Let me see if that's here anymore. Go CCL guides. I don't know if that's it. We used to have a flyer that showed the different classes, and I'm gonna quickly just see if it's here. This FIT. So this is another little section. So under the knowledge and training, there's live events and shipboard opportunities. This is our learning and training program. Whoops. The Knowledge Center is essentially the Google for travel agents. It's the same resource that the call center would use if you had a question that you had to call the call center, like what's the square footage of the room my clients are booked into, or how much is the Wi-Fi if the client purchases it on board versus if they do it in advance. What types of activities are there in the youth programs? I mean, all of this is in the Knowledge Center. It's really probably underutilized, and it's something that you should always go to first if you have a question about Carnival. So then there's this Go CCL guides right here, which is what I'm scrolling through now because this is usually like job aids. So like extending an FIT option on a booking, making a group booking. These are job aids to help you kind of find your rhythm within Go CCL. I'm just seeing if we have, no, we don't have it there. We used to have that, Scott, and I bet you if I go through my files, I'll find it, or I bet you it's on the internet. What? Carnival ship guide. Oh, you know where it might be? Let's see, ship guide. I'm going to show you something else that's cool. Let's see if it comes up there. No, it doesn't come up there. It's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, you guys still see Go CCL Navigator, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to show you something, Scott, and then I want to go to the brand center and show you logos and images that you're allowed as a travel advisor to use and customize your own marketing collateral. But what I want to show you is under the marketing tools here, you can order brochures and you can order something called the travel agent ship guide. I believe the travel agent ship guide, which also comes in an e-brochure, I believe the ship guide has what Scott's looking for, but I haven't looked at it in a while. Whoops, wrong one. Let me go to this one. This is the ship guide. This one. So when I
I
click
have
it,
the hard
it's.
copy of that with me.
Oh, do you? I was just gonna. I got one in my I thought there was a page in there that showed the classes. I'm
It
gonna open it.
used to. There used to be one, Drew.
Yeah, I still have it somewhere, but I'm just going to. So you guys can now see the ship guide. That this is the e version of it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes,
Someone
sir.
just put up cruisedeckplans.com. Look at Cindy go to work. There we go.
I use that for everything because I can see how old the ship is. I can look at the deck plans, videos, pictures.
Yeah, some of those third-party sites are pretty accurate. You just got to be careful when we do like renovations, right?
Oh yeah, and it'll actually have the dates on there when there are renovations. It'll say this is it up until this date, and then this is it after that date.
So I thought, so Scott, like I definitely have that somewhere, but like this, I'm scrolling through on the
I
side
think
here.
that it says like when you look at each ship, it'll tell you what class it's part of, but then you have to kind of drill down. Oh, there
Right
you go.
here.
Perfect. Awesome.
Like that
Thank you.
is like real high level, but we had a cool little flyer in the past that had that. But yeah, that is what is that? Page 2. So page 2 kind of outlines it a little bit there. So that should be helpful for you.
Yeah,
Um, Let me
I
show you
can
something
check
else
them
that was
off as
cool.
I go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I know. Which one haven't you seen yet? Go check it out. Let's see if there's any other questions here. Boom, 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 boom. Made a flyer in Canva. Didn't know if I could use. Okay, good. Let me show you the approved images here, Alice. So check this out. So let's say this is the homepage. It's not, but it doesn't matter. It's the same toolbar. So if you're on the homepage of GoCCL or anywhere on GoCCL under marketing tools, there's this little external marketing links site, and you don't need to re-sign in for this, but it's something that we call our brand center. So there's the marketing team and our marketing company that is an outside party also has access to this. So that's why it's an external marketing link, but you don't have to re-sign in for it. So when you click logos, videos, and images, it will take you boom right here. And mine's going to look a little bit different because I probably have a little bit more access to some of the things that you won't see. Like all of this right here is shipboard like signage. So you're not going to have the access to any of this stuff, but I'm going to use this as an example. So if I typed in family, right? Just family, like Google, and I click family and I've got 3,000 images that now I can choose. Here you go. Perfect. We're speaking of Horizon, Sarah, there you go. Boom, right there. So here's Horizon and some kids that you can use this and you can put your call to action on this. You can download it right here. You can put your call to action on it, go to Canva and add a little bit of fun flair to it. You can use all of these images. So go to town on that. Marketing tools tab, then logos, images, and videos. And then from here, here's all the things you need to know, right? Here's what you can and can't do. So the brand overview, what you can and can't do with the brand assets. So if I were to click on logos as an example, it's going to say what you can't do with a logo. It's going to say like, look, this is all fine. Secondary logos are fine. It should tell you what you can't do. Let me find where the can't do things. There you go. Misuse. You're putting a color behind it, turning it at an angle, stretching it out. Like these, it'll tell you what you can't do. So essentially, if you're taking a PNG logo like this, a transparent PNG logo, and you're adding it to maybe one of those flyers, not flyers, one of those images like the kids by the waterworks on Horizon. If you're going to add a Carnival logo to it and then add your logo right next to it, that's fine. Just don't change or distort the Carnival logo. Essentially, that's the rule. Hopefully that helps. Um, is Tina asking everybody or asking me?
No, I was asking Alice, by the way, because I
Oh,
was
okay.
under her. You're good.
Oh, like, have you done the training yet? I'm like, we've done some. So I'm in the training actually. So I think
I
there's this.
know you're. No, I
I
meant
probably.
like asking her.
I want
Like
to see
if,
if you know what you're
yeah,
talking
okay.
about.
Yeah, that's what I was just making sure if she had or hadn't done the training with you, on Go CCO. She's fair. I think she's kind of new. So,
Yeah,
but
I'll show you where
perfect.
to go. So here you go. So from GoCCL, knowledge and training, then go to the Learn and Earn training program. Whoops, Learn and Earn training program. And then so for me, I've already logged in and I've been here. So you would have to go to the Get Started, and then it's gonna, actually, I have to go there too. So when you click the Get Started for the first time, you're gonna, essentially, it's gonna have you, it's gonna somewhat have you re-register. It's gonna ask your name and email and a few questions, etc. But then once you get here, now you're into the learn and earn, and under learn and earn you now have all the training modules, right? Like the gold, the platinum, the diamond. These are all the different levels that you can choose from, and there's no order of this. You can do it as you please. So Here's gold, so introductory to Carnival, the Carnival guest, dining options, and it's all videos. It's all new stuff too that we've changed. That's why a lot of mine shows incomplete right now because I haven't gone through the whole thing on some of these. But the platinum courses are going to be more into Go CCL, so you can get in here and learn about that. Then different programs like Carnival Rewards and the wedding programs and the beverage programs. I mean, that's in the diamond section. Whoops. And then under the electives, this is some of the fun stuff. Um, Celebrations at sea and social media and the Knowledge Center, as I was mentioning before. So there's a lot of information that's going to help you create more value as a travel advisor based off of your knowledge when you're talking to people, just by doing some of these courses at your own leisure. It's essentially, we don't give like a cruise away because, as you would imagine, our Facebook group of travel advisors is over 32,000. We don't have the space to give that many cruises away. That's why we do the interline rates, the reduced rates at such a good deal. So when you're completing these courses, essentially consider it, that's how you're going to earn more. That's how your knowledge is going to grow. That's how you're going to get more business. So this is where you find it. So I'll show you again one more time. So you go from the homepage to knowledge and training, then the learn and earn, and then it takes you, boom, to the learn and earn training program. And just mess around with it. You'll learn a lot. Let's see if there's anything else in here. No other chats. What else did I want to show you in here? I showed you pretty much what I wanted to already, just on your questions. Flyers, where to find the promotions. I showed you learn and earn, showed you the brand center. One more thing I want to show you here. And a smiley face from Alice. Thank you. I want to show you the Knowledge Center. Forgot to show you that. How cool that is. Because one thing that is the Mayor of Funville's little pet peeve is when I'm doing a webinar or I'm on the road or I'm traveling somewhere and I get an email from someone saying, Drew, I've been on hold with Carnival for 20 minutes. And usually this is the first quarter of the year, like wave season, the main brunt of wave season, January, February, March. And someone's calling Carnival because they want to know the square footage of a room, or they want to know if the balcony partitions of the two cabins that they booked their clients in opens. And they're calling Carnival for this. And I'm like, ugh, why are you working harder and not smarter? Go to the Knowledge Center. So in the Knowledge Center here, there's a little link that says Knowledge Center. It's like the Google for travel agents. And here you can just type in whatever you want, right? But you've got booking procedures and fleet and onboard experiences. I'm gonna just, as an example, I'm gonna put in Wi-Fi, right? So let's say someone wants to know how much the Wi-Fi is. I typed in Wi-Fi, Carnival's Wi-Fi service. We just updated something here 4 days ago. What did we do? Talks about, hey, we got Starlink. It talks about the different plans, and then there's a chart that shows you how much the purchase price is, pre-purchase price is versus the onboard purchase price, and then what the single day purchase price is. So this is just a helpful resource for you all to work smarter, not harder, not having to call the call center. Now, let's say I'm going to use Scott's ship that he's currently sailing on as an example. Let's say someone wanted to know the square footage of a Havana cabana on deck 8 of the Mardi Gras. I'm going to go to the Mardi Gras. And of course, because when you share screens on Zoom and you start getting crazy on internet, it slows down. So now my little internet's buffering here. One moment, please. I want to get this. I want to show you this because it's cool. Let's see if there's any other questions.
I have 30.
What's that?
Sarah said, don't forget your booking to enter the bookings for points. I said, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Why is it going so slow now? And I actually turned off my my Teams. I turned off my I'm going to start from the beginning. I turned off my oh, I know what I'll do. If I turn off my camera for a second, that speeds things up. I turned off my Teams. I turned off my Outlook. I ain't got nothing turned on here. So I'm going to start again. I'm going to go straight to essentially, if it gets there, I'll talk it through while it's still spinning here. When you pick a ship, you'll have an option to select every deck of that ship. And for example, if I wanted to look at Havana cabanas on the Mardi Gras, those are on deck 8. So I could click on deck 8 and I could start from, I don't believe the first room is 8001, but let's say it was. If it was 8001, I could look at that room and get the exact square footage, both what the balcony and what the inside of the room is. I could get the amenities inside the room. Is there a lounge chair on the balcony? Is there a refrigerator in the balcony? It tells you everything. And it's, why is it taking so long? That's frustrating. Sorry, it's not working. I'm getting the delay with the internet right now. But the Knowledge Center, as you saw me click through that first time, that is your one-stop shop for anything travel agents. I would highly recommend, if you have a question you don't know the answer to, I would highly recommend going there first before you call the call center. If you can't find it there, or if your internet doesn't work like mine decided not to, then call the call center. But I would always start here first. So I'm gonna stop it there for a moment. I showed you everything that I want. I don't want to take up all your call here. I mean, I've already been on here an hour. I didn't even realize that. Sorry.
It was all you, Drew, for the
Oh,
whole
okay.
hour.
Great. Okay, so here we are. It's
How
still,
about we turn it off and see if we have any questions? Do you want to do that?
yeah, I turned it off over here and I got my camera off as well. And then I'm gonna close it out and then see if I can log back in and then I'll show you. But if there's any questions, fire away.